If you're a startup founder doing 500K or 1 million ARR, here's a truth you probably don't want to hear. The thing that's making you grow and has been making you grow, your instincts, your chaos tolerance, your founder gut, it's about to become the reason you stop growing. Because what gets you to 1 million won't get you to 10. Amazon figured this out decades ago. Every week, without fail, Amazon runs a meeting called the Weekly Business Review, or WBR. No slides, no small talk, just raw data. It's the most important meeting at Amazon and has been for 20 plus years. Why? Because when you're managing millions in revenue, gut feelings don't scale. Systems do. Now, you may be thinking that this doesn't apply to you because you're just a small startup founder and Amazon is one of the biggest companies in the world, but that's exactly why you should implement this, because this is what got them there. You know, they've been running this meeting ever since they were a small company. And so let me repeat this. Chaos and gut feelings may get you to 1 million, but that won't get you to 10, 100, a billion. I mean, don't take it from me. Take it from one of my clients, Knock. Your WBR system is such a game changer. The team is super aligned and I've never been as much on top of our numbers. But like I said, in the beginning, your gut is your superpower. You're in the weeds, talking to customers daily, making fast decisions, no team to manage. And so chaos is fine when you're small. You're basically doing everything, and so you can't miss anything. Now, once you get to the growth stage, you start scaling. You hire a team, revenue crosses 1 million. More dashboards, more metrics. You can't be in every convo. And so your visibility drops and your instincts get slower. Then you hit the third stage, which is reality hits. And here, I'm telling you, you can't scale chaos. Decisions feel slower. Meetings multiply. Team misalignment. Fires popping up. You're reactive again, but now it's expensive. You need a system, not just your gut. And so here's what $100 million startups do that you can copy today. The Weekly Business Review, or WBR. And this WBR has 3 core questions. And every single WBR has to answer these questions and these questions only. The first one being, how did the business do last week? Number 2, are we on track to hit our goals? Number 3, what did our customers experience? Super simple, but that's why it works. So every single metric or comment or discussion has to serve one of these 3 questions. So the ritual itself, the meeting should only typically last 30 to 60 minutes. In the beginning, sure, it's okay to go to 90, but as you go, 60 should be more than enough. For context, Amazon has 50 VPs inside the meeting every single week. They track 400 metrics, and they do it in 60 minutes. So number 1, block out the time on your calendar. A meeting should be run every single week on the same time. It's usually best to run it on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. That gives you Monday and or Tuesday to prepare the meeting itself. Number 2, one single dashboard, no Notion, no slides, important, just raw data and metrics. So here you can see the format of each metric. We have a 6-week view and then a 12-month view. And in here we have the actual data, but also these triangles are targets. And so you can see if we are hitting our targets or not. Like I said, it's supposed to be super simple. A 10-year-old should be able to look at this and go, okay, I understand what's going on here. Now, number 3, there should always be an owner of each metric. As you can see here, we have the owner always on top. There should always be just one person that's responsible for each metric. Not 0, not 2, not 3, just one person. And then number 4, only talk about variances. So if it's on track, skip it. Focus on what's off. For example, here, the target is around 8 each week, but then all of a sudden we had 16. So in the meeting 4 weeks ago, week 27, the owner of that metric should have talked about it. But the other weeks here, it's on track. You know, maybe he could have mentioned it here, but the other weeks are basically on track. So there's no need for other people to know about it. And by the way, this should be a person's name, not engineering. This is just test data. Now, what you replace when you do this is you no longer have a random syncs with no agenda. So the CEO maybe was used to take in 5 different asyncs every week with different team members, but now we just combine it in one single meeting, which is way more effective. Number 2, no PowerPoint status meetings. This is an uncommon take, but if you're running a company, you shouldn't be doing PowerPoint slides, not at least for these types of meetings, because people are good at talking. They can just ramble and yap for hours and hours and try to hide some stuff with their communication skills and funny looking pictures on the wall. But if you have a meeting like this, where you just have raw data that everyone's looking at, no presentation, then you're always going to uncover the truth. You won't get any of that tough stuff. You're also not going to mix strategy and execution in the same meeting. This tends to happen a lot in startups. They have a meeting, start talking about one thing, and then go into another, then another. But this meeting is just about how the business went last week and should only answer, remember, these 3 questions. So, how did the business do last week? Are we on track to hit our goals? What did our customers experience? And then, like I said, you're not going to have to rely on gut feelings because you have data around everything inside your business. Now, what this gives you is clarity. Okay, never mind. I'm not that good at drawing, but it gives you clarity without the chaos. And you may be thinking what that really means. It means you'll know exactly what's working, what's not, what broke, who on your team is underperforming. You stop guessing, your team stops wasting hours preparing for random meetings, and they'll also start to perform better. I promise you, because they know within a week, everyone on your team is going to see their numbers. And most importantly, you have one source of truth. Now look, you can take what I've shown you and build your own WBR system. I've made other videos that help with that because that's the whole point, to give you everything you need to do it yourself if you want to. Because the value isn't in holding back the playbook itself, it's in the implementation. And when you get to that point where you know you're scaling fast, the chaos is creeping in, and you don't want to build this all from scratch, just know that this is what I do. I help startups scale without the chaos. And so you'll know where to find me.